Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, Japan Rush. Last episode, we completed everything we need to start supplying the dynamite around the map. However, in order for us to get a good supply, we need to improve how many of the raw materials we can get to the factory. Since we are also transporting other materials on the truck line, we're going to have to pause on adding further materials onto our lines, and instead focus on expanding the rail network so we can have a high capacity. This will also set us up to be able to start a passenger line with the new tracks we laid today. So sit back and relax, like and subscribe as we jump into the episode. Enjoy. Our train's quite a lot larger now compared to the last episode. And we've got a lot more trucks on this line as well, but we need to start, we need to start with this side because this is not keeping up with the freight that needs to go up this side, and we keep getting a bit of a truck jam over here. So we'll start with relocating Takashi so that we can start preparing a freight line to come out to Toshima. So that being said, we look. Oh, I don't recall there being buildings for that. We do for that. Pretty cool. Anyway, so I think there's no way around it. We're gonna have to get these trains out of the way. Let's just skip ahead here. All right, so we've got a train coming down. Let's what's that? Catch you. Ooh. Catch you and stop, please. And we'll let this clear off. And all right, let's pause it. All right. We're gonna bring this track back. So we're gonna have to relay how we're coming into this station. Okay, that should do. So we're gonna have to have the station come in here, and then we need a train to come off this way and go up, probably by the aluminium melting plant. At the station, maybe we'll delete this road, place that with the train station, and have a road connection out this side as well, maybe. Yeah, either way, we've got to come out this way. And I do still like this spot for the freight station. So to start things off, let me grab the cargo station, and I'm just going to do that, drag this down. So that way we can, when we replace it, we don't have to fix up the lines too much. I'm going to use a small one just so we have an idea. So just trying to get the angle right here. Coming in this way, probably around about here, I would say. Yeah, so we're going to be able to get connection to the tire factory to the left. We don't need that yet. Go a little bit to the right, actually. And probably angle. Oh, that's too much. Probably angle this a little bit more. There's my shift. Yeah, so we're going to be able to miss this stone and continue on. So that should get us a good coverage of some factories with how to connect the trucks up. Because this will essentially be like a mini hub. So we'll have trains coming up and down here, and trains coming back and forth from here. So they'll pop off, unload, go back up, and then ones in the middle will be either connected by truck or train, depending on how far out they are. Something like this, we may not connect up because it's going right there, but something like this or this, we connect up by truck. Something like the basalt quarry, possibly by train. That'll be when we need it. All right, yeah, let me extend this station. I'm thinking we go with 320. So as we come further out from the main line, we'll probably, which is a 400 length platform, we'll slowly shrink it down in size. Yeah, 320, we'll go with that. Okay, so that's the station done for now. Let's go ahead and connect this back up. We do not want container, thank you very much. What do you mean too much slope? Oh, that's why, okay. 120 all around, that's good. Thank you. Put our points in. I'll go 60. Thank you very much. Signal that up. And yeah, we need some more signals still. So let's put you in there. About halfway there. I usually do more signals coming into the station. So that way it allows trains, if they're going slow here, they can just go through instead of having to wait back here for this signal or this part to be clear. They can start speeding up, and then that way when the train gets through, they can usually have a clear run. Alright, let's fix up these lines. Just gonna double up the platform. And I'm gonna swap you over to there. Okay. And the only other thing we need to do is we need to create a little entrance, which will do a large platform for now. This may not stay. It's just so we can get connection. There we go. Connected to everything again. So let's let that play again. Okay, so something to keep in mind here. We will have the freight line here, and we're going to be piggybacking off of the freight line for our passenger line. So obviously the passengers are going to come from Minamata to Tsushima out to Takaishi, which means I was thinking that are we going to need to double track this to allow a through train? No. It's the short answer, because the passenger line should branch off here and then probably stop around here and then come back onto the line if necessary. And it'll follow up this way, and instead of going up the hill, it'll probably maybe come along the coast here and then go into the main station, which is going to be yeah, this is going to be the main station. I'm not confident enough to say that name yet, sorry. But we need more platforms on the left hand side and possibly the right hand side. There's a few things around here that are going to be probably hooked in, you know, like the tequila factory will be hooked in here, most likely. More coconuts. Wow. But yeah, let's get this next station built. Okay, so that's Tsushima Freight Station now in. Now what we'll do real quick before we go much further, we'll just smooth this out around here. So I've gone with this being almost flush up against this. And then what we'll have is we'll have the big buildings around it from there. Maybe we'll have it a bit more open this side. I'm not sure yet. Main thing is we've got the platform in, so now we can actually start laying the track out to get up to Takashi Branch. Do need to, however, have a destination point for this. So let's go over here. Now how do we want to do this? So this is 320. We'd be dropping this down, I think. I'm not sure how short we're going to do that though. So what I'm thinking we could do is we could have it short on this side too. Potentially. Oh, what'd you do? In 16. Just turn around. Go away. Yeah, maybe for now we'll just leave it as is. That's our destination point. Alright, let's get this track laid. So there's nothing too special here. We're just going to be aiming to keep it at 120. And yeah, we'll get this laid down. Okay, so that is step 1 complete. Now, for what's going out there, we've pretty much got liquid, and then we need the hopper wagons. Yeah, because liquid's going all the way out to there. Yeah, let's try and get this all redirected now. So for that, we're gonna need to finish up the station. Let's just make it the full length for now. So probably gonna annoy the other line, but nothing we can't fix. There we go. Now something I really need to get on top of is actually renaming these lines, because I still haven't done that yet. But let's do 2 of these again. So 1, use red platforms, and then another new line. So we cover platform you on 2, good, and use 1 if you need to. And switch that over to number 3. Oh, sorry, that one, 3. Yeah. Alright. Now this depot is not set up to come out this way, so what we'll do, since we're probably going to have another train to add, is we're just going to sneak one on the back here. And we'll pop you through on that side there. Okay. Now let's go and start. Why would there be a steam multiple unit? Is there a steam multiple units in this game? Let me know in the comments if you can. We still want to use the quick ones because we've got no support for them really. This is mostly flat, so I reckon we could probably go with this guy here. Let's bring this up with, do we use 320? I'll go to 240 for now. And you can go on line 16. And we'll go here. Okay. And again, I don't know which trains I'm actually selecting here. I don't recognize this one, so let's choose this one. Now I don't think we need as many on this, so we'll go with 200. That'll do. And I think this is on the line 17, right? There should be a train on each line now. Oh wow, there's already a lot of weight in there. That's a good sign. Yeah, okay, cool. So now we're gonna have to just slowly whittle this down. Which it's gonna be good because it's gonna get more away from this. It's gonna leave that for the coconuts because coconuts will stay there. And then this is eventually gonna change into a train line next as well. So let's let this. Yeah, so I'm going to slowly start shutting down this truck line. Okay, so something I had not considered yet was actually coconuts. Coconuts are still getting delivered here because we don't have a way of transporting them up by a train yet. So I'm just going to go and manage this vehicle here, and we're going to add some boxcars on so we can transport the coconuts. So let's go to 280. That will do. Add that on there. Eventually we will separate the line as it gets busier. But that's at least going to allow us coconuts to be collected here and taken up, so we can truly get rid of the trucks. Alrighty, I've just gone around and I've updated some of the signals. So we've unlocked some of the Japan signals. So I think they're looking quite nice. I'll use these little small ones for now, just to keep it simple. But I think it's about time we deal with yeah, this little roller coaster we got here. I think I'm going to do this a simple each way. Also, now there's no trains coming. We're just going to pretty much delete this right back up to about here. So let's get rid of that now. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of bulldozing here as well, but thinking what we'll do is I'll actually snap to the side of this. Like that. So that way I get a nice sort of curve coming down. And I'm not sure how I feel about that though. I'll probably bring it more around along the mountain if I can. Oh, come on, snap for me. Alright. Let's see if maybe we add a bit there. And then we try to put that in. Yeah, that's more what I was thinking. Not too happy about the speed, but we can come back and readjust that. But at least it's more of a gradual slope up now rather than a really steep decline. So let's take that for now. All right, I'm going to bring this back. What speed? How far back do we need to go here for the speed? Can't tell because of the... Take it back to there for now. Let's go over this side, and I want to actually... I'll go from about here. just to give it a little bit more room. Yeah, just like that, so I can get a bit more room to put a proper switch in. All right, let's bring this out on this side now. All right, now we're gonna delete the rest of this. Now that we've sort of got our angle right. We'll go back to about there. Now let's see what we can get in if we just go straight around like this. Yeah, again, not too happy with that speed, but it looks like it's gonna be 120 most of the way there, which is good. All right, what if we take the outside? Can I do anything better? Not really, no. Okay. Well, what I might do then, let's just measure to see how high up we're going here. Alright, so that's too high. So that's roughly our target height there, maybe one higher. And we'll do this sharp as we can. Be about there. We keep this at 120. Yeah, we're missing the mark a fair bit there. We're going to need to back this up a little bit more. So do that, and we'll see if that actually is going to be... There you go. It's going to work now. So let's do that. And that. And we'll just get our flatten tool to start with. I'm just going to try and flatten it out bit by bit across there, and then we'll smooth it out from there. So we'll take that, smooth that side out. So that way, I feel like you get a bit better of a smoothing effect on the side here. There we go. A nice little curve around there. And we're gonna have to do a lot of work around here because we're gonna probably have, like, this road here is probably gonna go. What I'm gonna instead do is probably have this go straight underneath here, and then have it maybe curve up into the side, and then potentially have freight connecting from there. Then the freight side's probably gonna be all over here. But yeah, that's gonna be down the line because I'm not sure on how big this freight station is going to get yet, because we're still going to probably have a freight connection coming from here up to towards Tomiya up there. Got a lot of freight we've got to bring down from here, which will come into here and then get distributed up both ways. So we've got a lot to add in from that side. At the same time, we're not going to be adding multiple trains in. There might be a few short ones around here. Otherwise, it might be just the one long train. So yeah, might only be one more platform on that side, potentially. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you all for watching the episode. Leave a comment for any questions or suggestions. Even after changing the difficulty to very hard, we're still bringing in the money quite easily. The next episode, we'll finish off on the train replacements leading up to the dynamite factory. So thank you all again for watching. Take care and have fun. Bye for now.